when we compare those who are tapping into 5D mysticism, so their infinite higher human consciousness potential experiences, you'll notice that there's a way that they work with the energy, a way that they work with intuitiveness, a way that they work with the global system, and a way that they even relate messages. So when it comes to like tarot readings, there's not karmics or third parties. There's not telling you to believe or not believe in twin flames or soulmates or oversoul. There's a person who behind the scenes is actively knowing to support you as you expand, humanly speaking. So they're able to put to the side their preferences of, for example, the twin flame thing. People, it is a saga, but a lot of different people do have these experiences. So telling somebody I don't believe in it or I believe in it, it's not really you channeling. It's not really you giving any input except for the opinion. Like when people have, somebody's coming back. Somebody's coming back or not coming back, take them, not take them. Again, these are opinions versus just reading. Plus, when we read for a collective, that's where there's a bigger arena to take into consideration. So a 5D mystic or an intuitive would be able to share that with you as well, which is why besides saying it's a collective, general, not specific to you, take what resonates. And that's for our tarot readers. The same thing, though, can go with Akashic Record readings or any type of in-between or mysticism, holistic practitioners where they bring to you things they believe, things they don't believe. And one of the other common denominators that I've noticed is that there tends to be a judgment in a negative way of the system, of the future, of things that are coming or not coming versus the productiveness that can be all of the moments where we expand. A lot of the 4D collective readers are giving guidance and support to those who do not have the knowingness of who they are as a person. So, meaning I have thoughts and feelings, you have thoughts and feelings, I have opinions, you have opinions. Taking ownership, knowing how to address it, and knowing the elements that you are angry about, afraid about, disgusted about, those 6 basic human emotions, surprise, excitement, those are important because those are normal, all 6 basic human emotions. If you don't mature them, you're not emotionally maturing your emotional body, which means you're not going to be aware of yourself with emotional maturity, which is why the functional adult and that infinite higher human consciousness potential doesn't come, which is also why you don't move into that 5D spectrum, because a pure consciousness, oneness consciousness, the Purusha is you, person who can be unconditionally loving with who you are and the world. So when we put people against the system, when we put people against each other, when you put separation in a very straightforward discourse, you're not in a 5D state of consciousness. You're not in a human oneness. You're in a separation group consciousness. That 4D collective does support and gives guidance. What you will notice, it seems a lot like a Beverly Hills 90210 or one of those, what was it, Ocean, drama. It seems very much like the movies. In fact, even their readings will be like movies. Now, some people, again, they're in that mindset. They have and want a story because the inner child of every adaptive child is in a story because they have yet to achieve emotional awareness of their attachment system, longing to be seen, so that you can be soothed, so that you can be safe, so that you can be secure in your somatic, your mind body doesn't separate. The felt sense that good trauma experts talk about, it is you feeling the entirety of you, but all those 6 basic emotions, which we've learned from Patrick Teahan, childhood trauma survivor, now therapist. Those who have trauma from childhood will have their emotions disconnected, not offline, but there will be feelings something is off. There will be disgust or cynicism when one sees a child in a child-centric environment. They will think, why can't you take care of yourself? Why are you being so rude? You're whining and crying all over the place. Or even just like feeling even envious or like, wow, they're getting a hug. The adults that feel this, they know I should be feeling happy for that child. Or when somebody's being manipulated in a way that they know what's happening, that they don't feel disgust or anger. They don't protect themselves towards the person, those codependent relationships. So here's where 4D talks about karmics, third parties, energy vampires, aspects that are not human related and that are related to the abstract and to a sphere of energy, that people who have yet to get out of playing games, they don't play games on purpose. Again, as Patrick Gian points out, a person who's been gaslit, manipulated, and has childhood trauma will not until they're exposed to healthy boundaries, which means a person who has secure attachment, a person who has an integrated brain, a person who treats you like a person and who speaks to you, no shame, no blame, no fault, none of the little tactics of revenge. And to get to that, you can find plenty of them, but you're going to have to also trust it. And here's that other part. The compass is not really going online in a way of knowing until you actually learn about being a human, which is why 4D, talking about karmics, third parties, don't go here, don't go there, twin flame, yes or no, is not that. The stories are for the children who want to feel, oh, I'm anointed, oh, I'm special. And so it's not the ones who are channeling for the collective of 4D that follows them. Those individuals are not better or worse. They're in a different lens. In fact, it's not an emotionally mature lens. It's a lens of a person as, oh, I got clairs, I'm special now. The people who are channeling, they are leading them to expanded consciousness. I can see it every time I come across one of the readers or channelers. The difference is I'm saying 5D mystics, we're not in that boat. So I'm creating a lovely community for those 5D mystics, for a functional adult who also enjoys a little woo-woo stuff. Why? Because we talk about human important topics. So how not to get into a whole saga about people that you have a relationship with, and furthermore, that you actually know about connection. Because for the mystics, we do know about our lives, past lives with people. I know about future lives. It's really cool. And of course, I know it's in my mind's eye. It's not going to be now, but I also intuitively know that we're a big field of energy. And what I love most of all is that neuroscience and physicists are looking into it and explaining it. But of course, again, it remains in the imagination land, meaning it's not what you're going to want to focus your time on. So another part, there's polyamory individuals, which is why I added the Oracle Tarot to some of the content, because people only read for monogamy and monogamous individuals. And sometimes you'll see them picking up on 2 or 3 energies, and that's where I'm like, you don't know if a person's polyamory and they're polysecure and they have more than one partner and they might be platonic and romantic. You don't know that story. And you're not looking into expanding the reading, because of course you're collective. We all know the majority of the population, I don't know about worldwide, but I know some stats, polyamory is a minority. However, there are people who are open to unconsciously loving all. And again, polyamory is not about necessarily being in romantic relationships. That's where you build a life with people who consistently participate actively by talking to you and also being involved with you emotionally. Otherwise, it's not a relationship that you're bringing into your day-to-day. So it's going to be a twin flame, soulmates. It's going to be a bond, but it's not going to be a part of your day-to-day. They don't know what's going on with your life unless they're interested. And if they're interested, that means they say, hey, I'm interested. I want to know what's going on. They're worried. Hey, I'm worried. What's going on? They will have active ways. And if they don't, this is where we have some upcoming episodes. One of them is going to be on avoidant and secure attachment, because the avoidant is too busy with their life to be involved and to remember, oh, wait, there's somebody, emotionally speaking, that might need me. They first need to establish their emotional maturity plane. That's only if they notice it, but their inner nature is not in the emotional maturity bank, because their emotional body had to shut down for the avoidant attachment and secure style. Their emotional body needs to be turned back on life, but when it turns on, it's overwhelming. And so a person that's avoidant has soothing mechanisms like going offline all of a sudden, which is where when people say, you ghosted me, they're being insensitive, and they obviously don't know about people that actually have situations that they don't know how to explain. So learning about somatic sensory motor trauma, that's really important, which is also why I bring it into the mix of our mysticism. So the spiritual metaphysics, esotericism, and spirituality with Sadhguru. And again, it is a lot of different subject matters, but they will make sense to 5D mystic, to functional adult, to subject matter expert, somebody who acknowledges we are infinite higher human consciousness potential experiences. In our day-to-day, there's a lot going on, and readings can be great and helpful, but so can really talk about how to handle those intimate relationships. So have a great day.